welcome back to my channel. For everyone who is new, I'm the vegan bossa. Today's video will be a little bit different from other videos that I have uploaded. This is because, you know guys, I am new to YouTube and it takes a little bit of time to get used to the camera and also to get used to the editing tools. Since I work alone, I do all the videos and I edit them by myself. But what is the most important, I will continuously upload vegan video recipes for you. Since we are a half Italian family, the main part of these recipes will be Italian traditional dishes which are veganized by me in the last 12 years. If you have any favorite Italian dish that you want to see it veganized, please write in the comments below and I will gladly veganize it for you. So let's get back to today's video recipe. We're gonna prepare a vegan Bolognese lasagna which is wonderful and incredibly tasty. So let's prepare it. As first step for today's recipe, we are gonna start by preparing the vegetables. We are gonna take one medium-sized white onion and we are gonna finely chop it. Then put it aside because we will use it later. Then take two medium-sized carrots, clean them and chop them into small dices and also put them aside because we will use them later. And at the end take two celery sticks and finally chop them into dices. A very important tip to prepare this lasagna sauce is that all the vegetables should be finely chopped, so later when we put them in the pan with the tomato sauce, they will melt and they will give to the sauce this creamy consistency. To add some meaty flavor to this lasagna, I'm gonna use the shiitake mushrooms, but at home you can use also the brown mushrooms or other types of mushrooms that you have. Chop them in small dices and leave them aside. Then I'm gonna take two garlic cloves. I'm gonna crush them because this way is easier to peel them. Look. And then I'm gonna chop them into small dices. I'm gonna take a fresh pepperoncino, but if you don't have a fresh one at home, you can also use the chili flakes, it's okay. Then we are gonna take a saucepan and we are gonna put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and the garlic and pepperoncino first, then onion, carrots, celery and mushrooms. Then we're gonna add a pinch of salt and we are gonna stir them all together until well combined. We are gonna add also a pinch of black pepper, and a very important herb for this lasagna recipe is the nutmeg. So we are gonna add quite a teaspoon of nutmeg. We are gonna saute the veggies for 5 minutes and then we are gonna add the vegan meat. I use here pea protein vegan meat which I buy at my supermarket, but you can also use seitan or granulated soya. Every meat-free and vegan meat alternative is good for this sauce. Then we're gonna use quite one bottle of tomato sauce, and I like to add to my sauce just one glass of water, but you can use also the vegetable broth. And 2 bay leaves. Bay leaves are very important for this sauce because they release all their etheric oils inside and make it very aromatic. Then let it simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. As second step for this recipe, we are gonna prepare the bechamel sauce. I'm gonna use here 20 grams of plant-based butter, but in alternative you can use also olive oil. Then we are gonna put 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and we are gonna cook the flour for 3 to 4 minutes over medium heat, and then we are gonna add the vegan milk. I use here soy milk, but you can use other vegan milks of your choice. I have made a video how to make homemade vegan milk, so you can have a look at that video later. Meanwhile, stir the mixture well, add a pinch of salt and a pinch of nutmeg and continue stirring it well until it becomes creamy, and let it simmer for 5 to 10 minutes over medium heat. And when the bechamel sauce becomes creamy, take the pan off the heat and add the vegan cheese and also some nutritional yeast. I will add 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is a deactivated yeast which is full of vitamins B and especially vitamin B12, and I use it instead of cheese because it has a very cheesy flavor. And then as the last step, we are going to take a baking pan and some pre-cooked lasagna sheets. And then we are going to layer our lasagna. The first layer is always the tomato sauce layer. Then we will lay down the lasagna. I use the pre-cooked lasagna, but you can use also fresh lasagna sheets. Just be sure they have no eggs. Then we will put a little bit of tomato sauce. Just be generous and spread it everywhere. The lasagna sheets should be completely covered by the tomato sauce. And then add a little bit of bechamel sauce. I'm gonna sprinkle some basil leaves and then restart the process again. Lay the lasagna sheets, the tomato sauce, the bechamel, and some basil leaves. I'm gonna make a lasagna with 5 to 6 layers. For me, the perfect lasagna has 5 or 6 layers, which are generously filled with the tomato sauce and the bechamel. Since I'm using the pre-cooked lasagna sheets and I want to make sure that they will cook well, I will add just a little bit of water at the sides of the baking pan. Then I will transfer it to the oven and bake at 200 degrees for 40 minutes. When the lasagna is ready, you can serve it with some basil leaves and enjoy it. I hope you really enjoyed this recipe. Thank you for watching and see you the next time.